The APEC Seniors Disaster Management Officials Forum has adopted the Disaster Risk Reduction, or DRR, framework introduced by the Philippines. Forum Chair Alexander Pama made the announcement following the conclusion of the two-day meeting held at the Iloilo Convention Center in Iloilo City. He said that DRR framework adoption would lead to the creation of action plans to the attainment of the region's disaster resiliency. More of this report from Sweden, Velado.
The Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation had adopted the Disaster Risk Reduction Framework of the 9th Senior Disaster Management Officials under the leadership of NDRRMC Executive Director Alexander Pama. This is the first framework approved by APEC since its establishment in 1989.
And we have gotten a consensus, the approval of the APEC DRR, for the Disaster Risk Reduction Framework, and it has been officially adopted by the Senior Disaster Management Officials Forum as the APEC strategy for building adaptive, resilient economies. This is the first framework for DRR since the APEC's establishment.
The APEC DRR framework consists of 4 reinforcing pillars, namely prevention and mitigation, preparedness, response and rehabilitation, and build back better. Undersecretary Pama said the biggest challenge they faced was to come up with a unanimous decision and approval among all 21 member economies of APEC. Now that it was finally adopted, participating economies must now provide specific details to the framework anchored on situation and needs of their respective economies. This will be followed by drafting an action plan for implementation of projects and programs for disaster risk reduction.
Between now and
end of the month, the interventions on the draft annexes will have to be submitted by the member economies. And the next round would be the finalization of these draft economies. And the collective agreement earlier was we will exert best efforts that the annexes will be done before the CSOM, the concluding SOM.
Most APEC economies are situated in the Pacific Ring of Fire, and this is one of the major reasons why our country is prone to strong typhoons, earthquakes, and volcanic eruptions. The Asia-Pacific region also experiences extreme temperature changes, often resulting to El Niño and La Niña phenomena. The APEC DRR framework was approved to have adaptive and resilient APEC economies in times of disasters, which is now the new normal. For the People's Television, this is Sweden, Velado.